Okay, good evening, everybody. So I recently got a request for a color matching tutorial, basically on how to color match the skin of a character to Dust 3D. So I have this character here, and I have the exported what do you call it, textures from the Rep 3. So please refer to my previous tutorials on that in order to generate these textures. So what I have here is actually a neck texture, which is taken from this node here. So what they did is that it actually converts the texture of the original textures of the model over to something that can be used by Dust 3D. So this is it. So what I will do is I open up a texture from Dust 3D, and then now I'm going to copy over this. Okay, so this is the body, and I won't be using most of this because of the shadow effects and the outfit baked into the textures. So I will do a symmetry and mirror, vertical mirror, and now I will start deleting. Okay, so the reason why I have two textures is one is a PNG which has transparency, and the other is a JPEG. Okay, so the reason why I have two textures is because the JPEG has how do I put it? It's exfoliated image. So what they have is that it's actually all filled in the colors, and then the JPEG is the actual textures that is basically it has a transparency in it. So the reason for this, right, is because if you just solely use the JPEG, what happens when you convert them over to Dust 3D is that there will actually be seams between the connecting points. So like for example, the arms, they'll have a connecting point here, and the neck, the head will have a connecting point here along along the head, this line here, etc, etc. So this is the reason if you use this directly. So what I do is that I will delete off the parts that I do not need to use. So in this case, it will be here, everything here, and you can see the neckline here. So I will just be deleting off the dark color shadows of the neckline and everything at the bottom that I don't need. I will be replacing this entire thing with this. Okay, so now you can see that there's a difference in the color, and I use the delete tool with a bigger size so that I can have more gradient between the color and the deleted portion, right? So next is I will actually take this color, select by color tool, and then select this item, select the blank area, right? And after that, what I'll do is I will go to the select and shrink the selection by 10 pixels. Okay, so what this does is that it'll actually give a little bit of a gap down here. You can see this is the color, and shrink by 10 pixels here. And then what you do is I go to the JPEG version of it, okay, and then put in the alpha channel and delete. So now this one I do not need, I can delete this layer. So what I have here is essentially the original picture with a 10 pixel overlay or over extension, right? So what this does is that previously, before that, if I don't have this overlay, the pixels that is joining, for example, the neck here and the back of the head, joining these two portions, will have a very visible seam down here, right down, right? So where the textures overlay meet they have a visible seam. So with this extension, you will not see that seam. Okay, so now I just need to clean up the, I'm sorry, just need to clean up this picture a little bit. Okay, something like that. And then here, then next what I usually do is that this is depends on the type of on the specific dust map that you use. Most of the official maps have this black white color background, which you need to get rid of first. The reason for that is if you don't, later when you try to blend the colors, you will run into troubles smudging the white color part onto the skin. So the easiest way is to get rid of it and then go to the color selection, color picker, sorry, and select this picture and pick a color on the skin, right? So you have this color, then you create a new layer and put in the color and use that as the background. So this way, later on when you, after you match the colors and you start blending in the colors, you will not run into a smudging of a white color or black color depending on the map onto your skin itself. So this is a preventive measure. Okay, so next is the matching of the colors. So what you want to do is to, as closely as possible, match the color of the skin. Try to find something that is that you will be matching very clearly, right? So say for example the neck area, what I like to do is if you control click on this line, you will see this cross symbol and you put in a pointer here. So control click and you have a pointer, so 2 pointers, and then if you come to this sample point, you will see the 2 colors here. Then what you want to do is you go to colors and you go to curve, right? And then you press control and click onto the second point, which is your torso, sorry, your dust textures, right? And make sure that this texture is selected because you are editing this texture, so you can edit the color of these textures like so. Okay, so what you do is that what you want to do is, if you see down here the control point 2, you want this color and the values down here to match with this color and the values down here. So in this case, you have 200 and 159 here. So I select this point and there's the white color point inside the curve. So this represents the point here, the color that is in this spot. So you have 200 and 159 here. So what you want to do is to drag this down until it hit 159. So 17, 15, 16, 156, and you can use the arrows key to move a few points. So arrows key up, it will go up, arrows key down, it will go down. Okay, so now you have 159, 159, and then you go to value, go to green. Right, so I matched the red color, so now I want to match the green color. So what we have here is 112, and you need to go to 130. So 112 to 130, so something like that, right? And then do that the same thing with the blue color. So 86 and 116. So up again, 86 to 116, like that. So this particular case, the colors already match very well, as you can see, right? Except for maybe here a little bit, but in this case, the neck actually matches very well. So you can just click OK, and then you can use the healing tool to and combine all of this. So I flattened the image, so now everything is in one image, and I will put to 200. Usually that is what I use, and then I will select somewhere around here and start to blend this in. You don't need to do much down here already because the matching is already very well done. So I will put the point here like so, right? So and maybe say this is the back and move it up a little bit. So if I were to retain the original white color background, at this point, if I try to blend it here, the white color will smudge right in. So because of this, this is the reason why we don't do that. So we will just keep the colors like that. Okay, so something like this, and you have your torso matched. So save, export, and save the torso picture, right? I'll save that later, and then do the same for the arms and legs, except that there is actually a shortcut key for this. So if you go to filters, you have a repeat function, or a repeat command. So Control F. So what you just need to do is you come to the picture and you press Control F, and the pictures and the colors will match. So Control F and the colors will match. So now all you need to do is to export all these textures over to your dust setup, and basically put in the new textures to the figure, and you will have a totally new figure textures added in. So this is the basics of how to do a very simple color matching procedure, right? So there are a few other things, like if you say, for example, you run into extremely contrasting colors, like if you have a very white color skin, dust skin, and a very dark base skin, and you have no other maps you can use, there are a few things that you need to take note of there also. But you can experiment with that if possible. So the best way is actually to find the skin that actually matches as close as possible to the base skin, so you won't have so much trouble, right? So I will end the video here. I believe this should be enough for most of your projects. So if you have any specific questions that you have, let me know, and if I have the answer, I will answer them either directly, or if I need to, I will make another video for it. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you the next time I make a new video. Goodbye.